We've reached the point where there's nothing left to say here. All the words have been spoken, all the fights have been fought. There's nothing left to say. Silence is heavier than any argument. We're done and we both know it, but nobody wants to say it first. I used to have so much to say to you about everything always. Now there's nothing left to say because we've exhausted all topics. There's nothing left to say. Situation proves we've run our course completely. When conversation dies, the relationship is already dead, dude. We sit across from each other with nothing left to say at all. The silence fills the space where our connection used to be before. There's nothing left to say. Reality is the saddest ending I've experienced. Why do we have nothing left to say when we used to talk for hours? Maybe because we've said everything that matters multiple times already. There's nothing left to say. Stayed means we've reached the actual end here, and continuing would just be repeating what's already been established. There's nothing left to say between us anymore. We said it all. Every apology, every excuse, every promise has already been spoken. There's nothing left to say. Silence is our relationship's death certificate. We're officially done when there's nothing left to say to each other. I keep searching for something, anything left to say that might save us. But there's nothing left to say that hasn't been said before now. There's nothing left to say. Cornfields and climatic after everything. I expected our ending to be dramatic, but it's just quiet acceptance. Maybe nothing left to say is the most honest ending we could have. No more fighting, pretending, hope is all just acknowledgement is over finally. There's nothing left to say. Goodbye is the closure I didn't know I needed. Perhaps nothing left to say is better than forcing conversation that's hollow. Yeah, at least the silence is honest about where we stand with each other. But there's nothing left to say, and ending still hurts even though it's right, because it confirms what I've been afraid to admit for months now. There's nothing left to say between us anymore. We've said it all. Every apology, every excuse, every promise has already been spoken. There's nothing left to say. Silence is our relationship's death certificate. We're officially done when there's nothing left to say to each other. Maybe one day we'll find something left to say as friends or strangers. But today there's nothing left to say, and that's okay, finally here. There's nothing left to say. Moment is our mutual agreement to let go. And sometimes the kindest thing is admitting when there's nothing left to say. I can't remember who I was before you came into my life. You changed everything about me in ways I can't undo now. This before you version of myself feels like a stranger to me. I don't know how to be that person again after loving you. Before you I was different, lighter, happier, more carefree somehow. You came in and rewrote everything I thought I knew about myself. Now I can't remember before you clearly enough to go back there. You altered my DNA, my soul, my entire way of existing in this world. Before you seems like a lifetime ago, or maybe like it never existed. I became someone new when I met you, and that person is who I am. This before you erased means I don't know who I'm supposed to be now. How do I find my way back to before you when I've changed so much? Is it even possible to return to who I was, or am I forever altered? This before you long is for a version of myself that might be gone. And I don't know if I'm mourning you or mourning the person I used to be. Before you I knew exactly who I was and where I was heading in life. You came and changed everything, now I'm lost without a map or direction. This before you nostalgia is for a simpler time, when I was whole alone. Now I'm fractured, missing the version of me that existed before you arrived. I look at old photos from before you and don't recognize that person. They look happy, confident, complete without needing anyone else here. Before you I was independent, now I'm dependent on the memory of you. You showed me what love felt like and ruined me for being alone again. Maybe before you I was incomplete and you just showed me what I lacked. Or maybe before you I was whole and you broke something that can't be fixed. Either way I can't go back to before you, no matter how much I try. Perhaps before you wasn't as perfect as I remember it being now. Maybe I'm romanticizing the past because the present hurts too much. But this before you person I'm mourning at least knew how to be happy. And I don't know if I'll ever find that peace again after losing you. Before you I knew exactly who I was and where I was heading in life. You came and changed everything, now I'm lost without a map or direction. This before you nostalgia is for a simpler time, when I was whole alone. Now I'm fractured, missing the version of me that existed before you arrived. Maybe there's no going back to before you, and I need to accept that truth. Create a new version of myself that tastes in the pain of losing you. This before you person is gone forever, and that's okay. Eventually here I'll build something new from the ruins of who I was before you came along. I was just a collector's item you wanted to possess for a while. Something rare to display but never truly appreciate deeply. Being your collector's item meant I was valued for show only, not for who I actually was underneath the surface here. You liked having me around because I looked good beside you, but I was just a collector's item, not a real partner to you. You would show me off to your friends like a trophy you won. Being a collector's item and I existed for your benefit only. I wanted to be loved for my depth and complexity inside, but you only value me as a collector's item to possess here. The moment I stopped being shiny, you lost all interest in me. Collector's items are meant to be admired, not actually used, And that's exactly how you treated me in our relationship. Being your collector's item was degrading and dehumanizing, but I accepted it because I wanted your attention so badly. I was your collector's item, displayed for others to see. You valued my appearance more than my actual humanity or heart. Being a collector's item meant I was possessed, never truly loved. And I'm done being someone's trophy to show off and neglect. Kept me on a shelf, metaphorically speaking all the time, taking me down only when you wanted to show off your collector's item. But real love means being valued every day, not just for display. Being your collector's item taught me what I won't accept again. I deserve someone who sees past the surface, collector's item. Love the messy, complicated, real person underneath it all. You were too shallow to appreciate anything beyond collector's item value. Maybe you collect people the way others collect objects, honestly. Moving from one collector's item to the next without depth. But I'm not a collector's item anymore. I'm a whole person now, and I need someone who understands the difference between. I was your collector's item, displayed for others to see here. You valued my appearance more than my actual humanity or heart. Being a collector's item meant I was possessed, never truly loved. And I'm done being someone's trophy to show off and neglect. Next time someone shows interest, I'll make sure they see me fully, not just as a collector's item to add to their collection here. Being your collector's item taught me to demand real recognition of my worth beyond what I look like or how I make them appear. Every word you said was an empty promise, dressed up nicely, sounding good but containing nothing substantial inside at all. These empty promises fooled me into believing you meant them, but they were just words, no intention of following through existed. You promised forever, gave me barely a season together. These empty promises were convincing when you spoke them aloud. I believed every empty promise because I wanted them to be real, not realizing you were just saying what I wanted to hear. Then your empty promises sounded sincere, that's what made them effective. But when tested by time and circumstance, they proved hollow completely. These empty promises were your specialty, making things sound real. How many empty promises did you make before I caught on that your words meant nothing and never would materialize here? These empty promises were designed to keep me hoping and waiting, while you never intended to deliver anything you said to me. Your empty promises sounded good but held nothing inside at all. I built my future on empty promises that couldn't support any weight. These empty promises collapsed when I needed the most desperately, proving you never meant to back then. To recognize empty promises before I believe them. Your hollow words taught me what insincerity sounds like clearly. These empty promises you made are littered throughout memory. Each one a reminder of how easily you lied without any guilt. You're probably making empty promises to someone new right now. You do the same words that convinced me you were genuine and real. These empty promises are your pattern, you'll never change at all. Maybe you believe your empty promises when you make them initially, then lose interest before having to actually follow through on them. But these empty promises damage me regardless of your intentions, and taught me to demand proof, not just pretty words from people. Your empty promises sounded good but held nothing inside at all. I built my future on empty promises that couldn't support anyway. These empty promises collapsed when I needed them most desperately, proving you never meant a single word you said to me back then. Next time someone makes me promises, I'll test them before believing, not accept empty promises at face value like I did with you here. Your empty promises taught me that words without action mean nothing, and some people specialize in saying things they'll never actually do. You were my first love, and that means everything. The one who taught me what it feels like to give your whole heart to someone else. You were my first love, and I'll never forget. You were my first love, so you set the standard for everyone who came after you in my life. Nobody measures up to what we had back then, because you were my first love, and that's special. Every relationship I have now gets compared to the way you made me feel when I was young. You were my first love and ruined me for others. You were my first love means you'll always matter, no matter how much time passes between us. That first love feeling can never be replicated. You were my first love, and that's forever. You were my first love, the one I'll always remember, the benchmark for every relationship after you. Nobody will ever make me feel that way again. You were my first love, and that's irreplaceable. So naive when you were my first love, believing in forever and fairy tale endings. You taught me love isn't always enough. You were my first love and my first heartbreak. I learned so much from loving you back then, about myself and what I need in a partner. You were my first love, my biggest lesson learned. My first love, so you're special always, even though we didn't work out in the end. That first love taught me how to love deeply. You were my first love, and I'm grateful for it. Ooh, you were my first love, the one I'll always remember, the benchmark for every relationship after you. Nobody will make me feel that way again. You were my first invincible. Maybe first love isn't meant to last forever, but you were my first love and that matters. You'll always hold a special place in my heart, because you were my first love and only one. You're only halfway here, me. The other half is somewhere else. I can feel you leaving, feel slowly. Even while you're standing here. Your body's present, but your mind is miles away from me right now. I'm losing you in increments, watching you disappear gradually. You're checking out emotionally while pretending everything's fine, but I can see you leaving. You haven't left physically yet, but you're already gone from me. This slow goodbye is torture, worse than if you just left now. You're slipping away from me daily, present but absent at the same time. I'm holding on to someone who's already decided to leave me here. I try to pull you back to me, but you're drifting further away. Your heart's already gone from here, even though your body remains. I'm talking to a ghost now, someone who looks like you, but isn't really here anymore. This halfway state is killing me. I'd rather you just go completely than stay here as a shell of who you used to be. You're slipping away from me daily, present but absent at the same time. I'm holding on to someone who's already decided to leave me here. Maybe I should let you go instead of holding on too hard. Oh, but I'm not ready to accept that you're already gone from me. Your keys are still sitting on the counter where you left them. The day you walked out, saying you needed space to think. These keys on the counter have been waiting here for months. I can't move them because that means admitting you're not coming back. I walk past your keys on the counter every single morning here. They're gathering dust, but I don't touch them just in case you return. Those keys on the counter represent hope I'm not ready to abandon. Then maybe you'll come back and need them to get into a home again. Friends say I should mail your keys back or throw them away already. But those keys on the counter are the last thing you left behind here. Moving them feels like giving up on us completely, and I can't do that. Why do I keep your keys on the counter like a shrine of what we were? Holding on to metal and hoping I should be accepting you're gone. These keys on the counter mock me daily with their presence here, reminding me I'm waiting for someone who's not planning to return. Your keys on the counter sit untouched while I'm falling apart inside. They've been there so long, they're part of the decor now, permanently. These keys on the counter represent everything I can't let go of yet. The hope, the love, the future we planned, that when you walked out. I've thought about using your keys on the counter to get closure, maybe returning them officially so we both know this is really finally over. But I keep your keys on the counter because moving them seems so final. Like closing a door I've been holding open, waiting for you to come through. Maybe keeping your keys here is unhealthy and preventing me from healing. But those keys on the counter are my last connection to the life we shared. And I'm not strong enough yet to pack them up and mail them away forever. Perhaps the day I move your keys from the counter will be my freedom. When I finally accept you, left them behind on purpose, not by accident. But today those keys on the counter stay exactly where they've always been. Because I'm still hoping somehow your love in touch while I'm falling apart inside. They've been there so long, they're part of the decor now, permanently. These keys on the counter represent everything I can't let go yet. The hope, the love, the future we planned that died when you walked out. Eventually I'll move your keys from the counter into a drawer somewhere out of sight, so I can start healing without daily reminders of you leaving. But tonight those keys on the counter stay right where you left them, because moving them means accepting you're never coming home to me. Yeah, we had matching wounds that drew us together. Both broken people trying to heal each other here. These matching wounds made us feel understood initially, but eventually they just made us more broken together. I'm matching wounds from past relationships connected us. We understood each other's damage in ways others couldn't. These shared wounds made us feel less alone at first, like we found someone who got our pain intimately here. But matching wounds don't heal each other, they just get infected when two broken people try to fix themselves through another broken person instead of doing their own work. Our matching wounds created an illusion of compatibility, when really we were just two hurt people hurting each other. These shared traumas bonded us, but also destroyed us, because we triggered each other's wounds constantly, always. We had matching wounds that brought us together initially, but those same wounds eventually tore us apart completely. Two broken people can't heal each other, no matter how hard our matching wounds prove we needed healing. Not a relationship. Our matching wounds, man, we understood each other's triggers, but we also knew exactly how to hurt each other most. These shared traumas created a toxic kappa between us, where we were both victim and perpetrator simultaneously. Here we bonded over matching wounds instead of actual compatibility. This foundation of shared pain was never gonna be stable. Our wounds needed individual healing, not a codependent relationship. Our matching wounds made us feel seen and understood, but they also meant we were both too damaged to love healthy. These shared traumas create intimacy based on pain, not joy. That's not a sustainable foundation for anything lasting. We had matching wounds that brought us together initially, but those same wounds eventually tore us apart completely. Two broken people can't heal each other, no matter how hard our matching wounds prove we needed healing. Not a relationship. Maybe our matching wounds taught us we need individual healing before we can be in healthy relationships with anyone else. But right now I'm dealing with the wounds we gave each other. On top of the matching wounds we brought into this together. We used to meet in parking lots when we were keeping secrets. Late night conversations, sitting in your car under streetlights here. Those parking lot moments were ours alone, nobody else's business. Now I drive past empty parking lots and remember what we were. The parking lot behind the diner was our spot for midnight talks. We'd sit there for hours, just existing together in comfortable silence. Every parking lot I see now reminds me of those stolen moments when we were figuring out what we meant to each other slowly. I remember that parking lot conversation when you first said you loved me. Your hand shaking on the steering wheel, nervous about my response. Those parking lot memories are bittersweet now that you're gone from me. Why do parking lots hold so much meaning for us looking back now? Maybe because because they were neutral ground where we could just be real. Those parking lot meetings were sacred, no pretense, just honesty. And I miss that version of us more than anything else we ever were. Every parking lot I pass reminds me of us in your car talking. Those late night meetings when the world disappeared and it was just us. Our parking lot moments were perfect in their simplicity and truth. Now they're just memories I carry, driving past empty spaces alone. I drove to that parking lot last night, hoping to feel close to you. Sat in the same spot where your car used to be parked beside mine, but the parking lot was empty and cold without you there with me. Just asphalt and lines and street lights that don't remember what we were. People don't understand why parking lots make me cry unexpectedly, but those spaces held our relationship in ways rooms never could somehow. Every parking lot conversation was us choosing each other over and over. Maybe parking lots were symbolic of us never fully committing to more. Always meeting in spaces that weren't quite here or there permanently, but those parking lot moments felt more real than anything else we shared, even if they were temporary meetings in temporary spaces between our lives. Every parking lot I pass reminds me of us in your car talking. Those late night meetings when the world disappeared and it was just us. Our parking lot moments were perfect in their simplicity and truth. Now they're just memories I carry, driving past empty spaces alone. Eventually parking lots will just be parking lots again to me. Not shrines to what we were or reminders of love I've lost forever, but tonight I'm avoiding them because seeing empty spaces hurts too much when I remember how full they felt when you were there. Yeah. You're one person in public and another in private. The mask you wear for others hides who you really are. This public versus private split is giving me whiplash. I never know which version of you I'm gonna get. In public you're charming and attentive to my needs, but in private you're cold and cruel when no one's watching. Hey. This public versus private difference is exhausting me daily. I can't keep up with which version I'm supposed to believe. You perform for audiences, but save your words for me alone. In public we look perfect, but private is a nightmare always. This split personality makes me feel like I'm going crazy. Your public versus private personas are completely different. People think you're amazing, but they don't see the real you. The version in private is who you truly are when masks drop, and that person is nothing like the public performance given. You're two different people, depending on who's around us. Public you is kind, but private you is cruel and cold. This difference between your personas is making me insane. I can't reconcile the public and private versions of you. In public you hold my hand, but private you won't touch me. The affection you show others is reserved for performance only. This public versus private split makes me doubt my own reality. When people tell me how lucky I am to have you, I wanna scream. They only see your public face, not the private monster I know. In private you tear me down, but public you builds me up falsely. This contradiction is the source of all my confusion about us. Your public versus private split is intentional manipulation here. You want others to think you're great while treating me badly. The public persona is the lie, and private is your truth revealed. And I'm tired of being the only one who sees the real you. You're two different people, you're dependent on who's around us. Public you is kind, but private you is cruel and cold. This difference between your personas is making me insane. I can't reconcile the public and private versions of you. Maybe one day your public mask will slip for others too, and they'll see the private version I've been dealing with. But until then I'm stuck knowing both versions of you, and hating that no one believes the private one exists. I found a replacement for you, but it's not working. They're everything you weren't, but I still want you. This replacement is perfect on paper, but wrong in reality. Because they're not you, no matter how hard I try. I found this replacement, thinking they'd help me forget you. Someone who treats me better and naturally shows up for me. But the replacement can't fill the space you left behind here, no matter how perfect they are for me on every level possible. I compare everything a replacement does to how you did it, and they always come up short even when they're better. This person deserves more than being a replacement for you. The replacement is everything I said I wanted after you left, but now that I have it I realize I still want you instead. This perfect person can't compete with the imperfect you, because my heart hasn't caught up to what my head knows. I found a replacement, but they'll never actually be you, no matter how much better they treat me than you ever did. This replacement deserves someone who wants them, not a ghost, but I can't stop comparing them to you in every single way. The replacement is patient with me even though they shouldn't be. They know they're filling a space that still belongs to you. I'm using this replacement to try to get over you completely, but it's not fair to them and it's not working for me either. I should let the replacement go and deal with losing you alone, instead of making someone else pay for your mistakes with me. This person is a rebound disguised as a real relationship here. The replacement knows a second choice to your memory, and they're staying anyway, hoping I'll eventually choose them. But I can't choose the replacement over you in my heart, yeah, even though my head knows they're the better option clearly. I found a replacement, but they'll never actually be you, no matter how much better they treat me than you ever did. This replacement deserves someone who wants them, not a ghost, but I can't stop comparing them to you in every single way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Maybe the replacement will eventually become my first choice, but right now they're just a stand-in for someone I can't have. This person deserves better than being your replacement here, and I need to let them go before I hurt them like you hurt me. Sober morning hitting harder than expected. Acted from last night's fantasy. See the truth in cold light of day. Stayed up late and making mistakes again. Clarity arriving with the sunrise. Prizes open eyes I kept closed. Posed as someone confident last night. Right now, questioning every choice I made. Stay too long in situations messy. Stressfully recalling what I said. Fed by liquid courage disappeared. Cleared away revealing my mistakes. Awakes the shame I'm feeling now. How did sober morning get so harsh? Reality replacing fantasy. See the damage done in darkness. Starness of the morning showing truth. Youth and recklessness combined last night. Right now facing consequences sober. Clover couldn't match my bad luck. Sober morning teaching me harsh lessons. Sessions of regret consuming me. Oh, yeah. See the person I became last night. Friday wishing I could take it back. Track my steps through hazy memory. Sober morning, my recurring nightmare. Piecing together fragments of the night. Right decisions nowhere to be found. Drown my judgment in excess again. When will sober morning teach me that the night has consequences? Instances of poor decisions mounting. Counting all the ways I messed up. Abrupt the shift from drunk to sober. Clover never grew from seeds I planted. Granted that I'll do this all again. Shame arriving with the daylight. Right here promising to change my ways. Days of reckless nights behind me. Find me lying to myself again. When will sober morning stick its lesson? Session with my conscience overdue. Sober morning mirror shows the truth. Youth is not an excuse anymore. More responsible I claim to be. See me making same mistakes repeatedly. Sweetly I existed drunk last night. Sober morning showing who I am. Maybe sober morning will teach eventually. Really I should learn from all these mornings. Warnings ignored repeatedly by me. See the pattern but don't break it. Awake to shame, then do it all again. Sober morning, my repeated teacher. Crime to look at you this way. Stay professional but barely holding. Eyes meeting when they shouldn't. Couldn't help but look at you through the meeting. Stealing glances, dance around inappropriate. Approximate the crossing lines we are. Scarred by tension of the stolen looks. Books closed when our eyes connect. Check the room to see who noticed. Notice how we look at each other. Brother, too forbidden this feels. Tension building through the glances. Dances we're doing dangerous. Strangeness in professional setting. Getting harder to resist. Kissed by looks across the room. Bloom this inappropriate attraction. Stolen glances, our only contact. Tracked across the room, my eyes. Prize for you in difficulty. See the danger in our looking. Cooking up trouble with our eyes. Stolen glances, my guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure. Meetings drag when you're present. Pleasant torture, watching you through professional facade. I'm burning, turning heads, hoping you'll look. Took my breath when eyes connect. Check myself, maintaining composure. Closer, we're getting through glances. Dances with disaster. This is it. Kissed by your attention briefly. Really, we should stop this now. Dangerous, the game we're playing. Staying professional, impossible. Topical, the tension building. Yielding to temptation. Slowly, boldly stealing glances. Still will to stop this doesn't exist. Stolen glances, bleeding in somewhere. Care about propriety fading. Waiting, heading into dangerous waters. Slaughters professionalism daily. Daily we continue looking. Stolen glances are prelude. Red glances, maybe stolen glances will lead more. More than looking is approaching. Coaching ourselves to be careful. Careful doesn't match our glances. Dances towards something happening. Stolen glances are beginning, yeah. No and guilty glances. Get it happy, baby. No guilty glances. No guilty, no guilty glances. No baby, no guilty glances. No. Taste of you still lingers on my lips tonight. Right here in the darkness I'm remembering. Bringing back the flavor of your kiss to me. See me savoring the memory of your taste. Mouth remembers every inch of you I've known. Show me flavors I had never tasted before. More addictive than any substance I could name. Claim my palate, now I crave nothing but you. Yeah. Through the day I'm searching for the taste again. When will I get another chance to savor you? Hey. True addiction to the flavor of your skin. Grin at how my tongue remembers everything. Bringing back sensations with just memory alone. prone to licking lips, imagining your taste. Sweetness mixed with something I can't quite describe. Vibe of your essence coating my tongue still. Will this flavor ever fade from my memory? Oh, story told through taste buds that remember. Ember of your flavor burning on my mouth. Throughout my day I'm tasting you repeatedly. Taste of you, my favorite flavor in the world. Curled around my tongue, refusing to let go. Know that I'm addicted to the way you taste. Trace your flavor profile deep into my brain. Claim my mouth now, nothing else will satisfy. Taste of you, my permanent addiction now. Craving you like hunger that won't be satisfied. Tried replacing you with everything I find. Mind keeps bringing back the taste of you to me. See me desperate for another chance to sample. Opportunity would never be enough. Rough or gentle, either way you taste divine. Fine wine couldn't compare to what you offer. Proffer me another taste, I'm begging please. Ease this craving burning through my mouth today. Stayed up late just thinking of your flavor. Addiction to your taste consuming all my thoughts. Brought to my knees by memory of flavor. Savor every moment that I tasted you before. More intoxicating than anything I've known. Grown dependent on the taste I can't forget. Set my standards impossibly high now. Taste of you, my benchmark for every day. Bringing nothing close to satisfaction anymore. Of your addictive flavor, taste of you, my necessary sustenance. You were just a temporary fix for a permanent problem inside. A band-aid on a bullet wound that never healed properly here. This temporary fix solution made everything worse in the end. I needed real healing, but settle for your quick distraction instead. I use you as a temporary fix to stop thinking about my ex. But temporary fixes don't solve anything, they just postpone the pain. You were my temporary fix, and I was probably yours as well. We both knew this wasn't real, just two broken people using each other. This temporary fixed relationship felt good while it lasted, I'll admit. But now I'm left with two losses instead of the one I started with. You were a temporary fix that left permanent damage behind when you left it. Why did I think a temporary fix would solve my permanent heartbreak? Maybe because numbing the pain felt better than actually feeling it. But this temporary fix just delayed my healing and made things worse. Now I'm dealing with losing you on top of everything I was running from. You were my temporary fix, a distraction from the real pain I carry. We used each other knowing this was never meant to last forever. Yeah, this temporary fix felt good in the moment but cost me in the end. I should've dealt with my pain instead of covering it with you temporarily. I see temporary fixes never work for permanent problems. You can't band-aid your way out of grief. You have to go through it. Temporary fix with you just prolong my suffering unnecessarily, while making me believe I was healing when I was actually avoiding. You were a temporary fix, and I don't blame you for what happened. We both knew the deal. Neither of us was looking for forever back then. But this temporary fix left me more broken than before we started this. Maybe temporary fixes serve a purpose in getting through the worst days, but they shouldn't become a pattern of avoiding feelings altogether. This temporary fix taught me that I need to face my pain head on, instead of finding distractions that ultimately make things worse for me. You were my temporary fix, a distraction from the real pain I carry. We used each other knowing this was never meant to last forever. Yeah, this temporary fix felt good in the moment, but cost me in the end. I should have dealt with my pain instead of covering it with you temporarily. Next time I'm hurting, I won't look for a temporary fix to numb the ache. I'll sit with the pain and actually process it instead of running away. This temporary fix mistake taught me that some wounds need time, not bandage. And quick solutions usually create more problems than they solve long term. Your man slipped yesterday and I saw the real you, the person you've been hiding behind your performance. This moment when the mask slipped showed me the truth about who you actually are beneath the act you play. Your mask slipped when you thought I wasn't paying attention, and I saw the real you, the one you hide from everyone. The moment your mask slipped revealed contempt for me clearly. When you thought I couldn't see your actual facial expression, you maintain this mask of being kind and loving always. But when the mask slipped, I saw resentment and disgust instead. This glimpse of the real you was terrifying, and your mask slip and show me what you really think of me behind the performance you put on for the world to see. The moment when the mask slip was more honest than anything you said to me. In months of our relationship together, your mask slipped, and I saw who you really are inside. The person you've been hiding behind your careful performance. This glimpse of the real you showed me the truth, finally, that the mask you wear is hiding someone I don't wanna know. Your mask usually stays firmly in place for everyone around, but yesterday it slipped just long enough for me to see the real you that you work so hard to keep hidden from people. This moment of truth showed me you're not who you pretend to be. When your mask slipped, I saw the calculation behind your kindness, the manipulation beneath your supportive words to me always. This revelation has changed everything about how I see you now. Your mask slipping was the wake-up call I needed desperately to see that the person I love doesn't actually exist at all. The real you behind the mask is someone I wouldn't choose to be with. And this realization is forcing me to face the truth about us. Your mask slipped, and I saw who you really are inside. slip more often now that I've seen it once. And I'll get glimpses of the real you more frequently going forward. But that moment when your mask slipped was enough for me to see that I've been in love with a performance, not an actual person.
I've been tracking the timeline of when things went wrong, pinpointing the exact moment everything changed between us. This timeline shows the decline of our relationship clearly, and proves this ending was inevitable all along here. The timeline shows we were happy for about 6 months only. Then slowly things deteriorated month by month after that. I've charted every fight, every lie, every disappointment clearly. This timeline reveals a pattern I couldn't see while living it, yeah. Looking back at the timeline, I can see warning signs everywhere that I ignored, because I wanted us to work out so badly. This documented the decline, proves leaving is the right choice now. The timeline I've created shows the truth objectively, yeah. Without emotions clouding the facts of our deterioration, this chronological record proves things got worse, not better. And that staying longer would only continue the downward trend. The timeline shows exactly when and how we fell apart. Every milestone of decline, documented and dated clearly. This timeline proves our ending was coming all along, and staying would just extend the inevitable conclusion. Timeline includes the first lie, the first broken promise, every moment that chipped away at what we had together. Seeing it laid out chronologically makes the pattern undeniable. We've been declining for longer, we were actually good. The timeline shows I've been holding on to a memory for months, while the reality has been bad for longer than I admitted. This documentation gives me clarity about why I need to leave. The timeline removes any doubt about whether I'm giving up too soon. The facts show I stayed far longer than I should have already. This chronological record is my proof when I doubt my decision, that leaving you is based on patterns, not isolated incidents. The timeline shows exactly when and how we fell apart. Every milestone of decline, documented and dated clearly. This timeline proves our ending was coming all along, and staying would just extend the inevitable conclusion. Morbid or obsessive behavior, but it gave me the clarity I needed to finally leave you. This documented relationship has been over for longer than I knew.
My 3 a.m. thoughts, always about you lately. When the world is quiet, your memory gets loud here. These 3 a.m. thoughts won't let me rest peacefully. They replay every moment we shared on endless repeat. During the day I'm fine, busy enough to forget you exist. But 3 a.m. thoughts bring everything flooding back to me. The darkness amplifies what I suppress in daylight hours. And these 3 a.m. thoughts force me to face the truth. I'm not as over you as I pretend to be when others ask. These 3 a.m. thoughts expose my healing as performance. When nobody's watching, I'm still completely broken inside. Why do 3 a.m. thoughts always focus on what went wrong instead of letting me sleep peacefully without your ghost here? These 3 a.m. thoughts are torture I endure nightly now, hoping eventually they'll fade and let me rest finally. My 3 a.m. thoughts are consumed with missing you tonight. While the rest of the world sleeps, I'm awake remembering us. These 3 a.m. thoughts won't give me peace or closure here. They just replay our ending until the sunrise comes again. Ooh. I've tried everything to stop these 3 a.m. thoughts from coming. Meditation, breathing, exercises, sleeping pills and more here. But nothing works when 3 a.m. thoughts decide to visit me. They're persistent and powerful and impossible to ignore. Maybe these 3 a.m. thoughts are my mind processing grief in the only time quiet enough to really feel everything fully. But I wish they process faster so I could sleep through the night. Eventually these 3 a.m. thoughts will lose their power over me, and I'll sleep through the night without your memory waking me. But until then I'm trapped in this cycle of sleepless nights where 3 a.m. thoughts rule my consciousness completely. My 3 a.m. thoughts are consumed with missing you tonight. While the rest of the world sleeps, I'm awake remembering us. These 3 a.m. thoughts won't give me peace or closure here. They just replay our ending until the sunrise comes again. Maybe one night soon my 3 a.m. thoughts will be about someone new, or about nothing at all, just peaceful sleep without interruption. But tonight, like every night, these 3 a.m. thoughts belong to you. And I'm lying here awake, wishing things had ended differently. Waiting on your love for so long, strong my faith that you'll see me standing here devoted, noted every sign you give. Months of hoping you'll notice how I look at you. Through the days I'm patient, ancient virtue I'm learning quietly with hope, cope with waiting gracefully. See the way you treat treat me sweetly, but not romantically. Basically, I'm in the friend zone, knowing that I want more. Patience while waiting on your love. Shove aside my desperation. Station of the wait in my address. Bless this hope that keeps me here. Clear that I'm devoted. Noted every glance you give. Ooh. Waiting on your love, my mission. Vision that one day you'll see. See me as more than a friend. In my heart while hoping, coping with the waiting on you love, my faith. Everyone says I should move on. Strong, my belief in perfect timing. Rhyming with my heart this waiting. Stating clearly what I want. Haunted not by impatience. Ancient virtue serving me. See the friendship we're building. Yielding to the process. Bless this waiting on your love. Shove aside the doubt. Hope sustains the waiting. Stating clearly my intentions. Mentions of moving on ignored. Stored away my desperation. Station of the patient here. Clear that waiting on your love worth. Waiting on your love worth it. Fitted to this role perfectly. See me hoping patiently. Really I believe in timing. Rhyming with the universe. Waiting on your love, my journey. Ooh, maybe waiting on your love will pay. Stay committed to the hope and coping with the uncertainty. See the value in the patience. Ancient wisdom in the waiting. Waiting on your love, my choice. Ooh. You left without warning one day. No signs, no explanations given. Just gone like you never existed. Everything disappeared so fast. Morning came and you were gone. All your things were moved overnight. I thought we were fine yesterday. Then you vanished completely today. No text, no call, no goodbye. Just empty space where you live. This sudden departure killing me. I keep replaying our last night. Searching for clues I missed. But everything seemed normal then. How did I not see this coming? You disappeared from my life. Suddenly left me here confused and broken. No chance to fix what was wrong. Gone before I could understand why. Your number doesn't work anymore. Like you erased me completely. I'm stuck here with no answers to questions I'll never ask you. Friends say you planned this long while I was blind to everything. This abandonment crushes me daily. I deserve at least a conversation, but you chose silence instead. Now I'm left here wondering what I did to deserve this. You disappeared from my life. Sudden left me here confused and broken. No chance to fix what was wrong. Gone before I could understand why.
just lost in the aftermath of your exit, trying to make sense of nothing. This feels so good, but I know it's so wrong. We're the wrong kind of ride, yeah. Perfectly broken together. Everything about us makes sense at the timing, and that one thing rules and absolutely everything else. When I'm with you, the world makes perfect sense somehow. Like we're two pieces that were made to fit together. But the circumstances surrounding us are all wrong here. We're the right people meeting at the absolute wrong time. This wrong kind of right is tearing me apart inside. Because I feel you're mine, but I can't claim you. Stuck in this impossible situation we can't fix. How can something feel so right and be so wrong? My heart doesn't understand the complications. It only knows that you feel like home to me, but home is somewhere I'm not allowed to live. We're the wrong kind of ride. Shouldn't work, but we do. Everything about us is backwards and complicated here, but I've never felt anything more real than this impossible thing. We're right for each other in all the wrong circumstances. If we met in another life, things would be different. We could be together without all this guilt and pain. But in this reality, we're the wrong kind of right. Two people who found each other at the worst possible time. I hate that loving you means hurting others around us. But I can't turn off these feelings, no matter how I try. And we're caught in this wrong kind of ride with no way out. Sometimes I wish we'd never met at all, honestly. Because this wrong kind of ride is destroying me slowly. But I can't regret knowing what it feels like to connect with someone who understands my soul this deeply. We're the wrong kind of right. Shouldn't work, but we do. Everything about us is backwards and complicated here. But I've never felt anything more real than this impossible thing. We're right for each other in all the wrong circumstances. Maybe in another timeline we get our chance together, where we're the right kind of right without complications. But in this life we're just two people who found each other at exactly the wrong moment in our separate stories. I fell in love with your potential, not who you are, the person you could be. You just tried harder. This potential I saw in you was always just a fantasy that kept me hoping while you stayed
exactly the same. I loved your potential, the version of you that didn't exist, the person you promised to become but never actually did. This potential kept me trapped, believing change was coming when you had no intention of becoming who I needed you to be. I fell for your potential instead of seeing your reality clearly. The gap between who you could be and who you are was huge. Yeah. This potential I believed in was my biggest mistake with you. Your potential was always just a story I told myself here, yeah, to justify staying with someone who wasn't right for me, yeah. I loved a version of you that only existed in my imagination, yeah, while ignoring the real you standing right in front of me. I fell in love with your potential, not your actual self. The person you could become kept me hoping for years. This potential was a fantasy that prevented me from seeing that you were never going to change into who I needed. Your potential was so bright, I convinced myself it was real, yeah. But potential means nothing without action to back it up here, yeah. You had so much potential, but zero follow through on any of it. I wasted years loving your potential while you stay stagnant. The person you could be was so much better than who you are. But potential doesn't pay bills or show up when needed daily, yeah. I finally see that loving your potential was loving an illusion, yeah. Your potential kept me in a relationship with someone imaginary, yeah. The real you never lived up to the version I created in my mind, yeah. I loved your potential more than I loved your actual self, honestly. And that's why this relationship was doomed from the very start. I fell in love with your potential, not your actual self. The person you could become kept me hoping for years. This potential was a fantasy that prevented me from seeing that you were never gonna change into who I needed. Maybe loving your potential taught me to see people as they are, not as who they could be if they just tried harder to change. But right now I'm mourning the loss of the fantasy version, yeah, while accepting the real you was never who I needed at all. Your smile brightens darkest days, days when nothing else could help. Delved into depression, lifted, gifted by your simple smile. Seeing you smile changes everything, bringing light to cloudy days. Days of struggle fade away. Stay committed to making you smile while the world feels heavy. Steady is your smile's power, tower of light in darkness. Starness gone when you're smiling, piling up the memories. Stories told through your smile, power in your simple smile. While the world crumbles, fumbles, not your ability. See the light within your smile. While I'm struggling, breathing, grieving stops when you smile. Your smile, my daily medicine, medicine that heals my soul. Whole again when seeing it, fitted perfect moments you smile while my world is falling, calling out to your expression, session of your smile healing, dealing with my pain through the darkness. Your smile guide hides away my troubles, bubbles up the joy inside. Tried to stay sad, impossible. Topical, your smile's effect, magic in your simple smile. While the world weighs heavy, levy against darkness, your smile. While I'm barely breathing, seeing your smile changes everything, bringing light to my darkness. Your smile, worth everything, bringing hope to hopeless days. Days transformed by simple joy. Though with sadness, your smile does more